Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Wind Waker Unflooded, a 3D modeling fan art project where we are reimagining the entire kingdom of Hyrule within the art style, within the world of The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. That is your introduction for today. We are keeping it there. There's a squirrel outside my window. Hello there. Excuse me. I felt like it's distracted sometimes. But it's just, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I'm like, I do my work next to an open window, and sometimes I'll see this cat that walks by too. I don't know if it's a neighbor's cat or if it's completely stray. It doesn't have a collar, but it looks well fed, and it's just this beautiful like white spotted cat, with these dark gray spots, and oh, it's a beautiful cat. But the point is sometimes, I'll be working right here at my desk. I'll look out the window and I will see one of God's beautiful creatures that he's created, and it distracts me. Such is the nature and beauty of life. So, anyway, this is Wind Waker Unflooded. Welcome to a new video. We are working on the Sacred Forest Meadow, and the Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time today, now within the world of the Wind Waker. This has been a suggested location. I did a poll recently as of recording this video. It was recent. On the community tab of my YouTube channel. Just asking for locations that have been suggested and just allowing y'all to vote on which ones y'all wanted to see worked on next. And the Sacred Forest Meadow from Ocarina of Time was the most suggested location. So this is for y'all. This video is happening because of y'all's votes. So I encourage y'all to make sure you're subscribed and check out the community page on my YouTube channel for any kind of polls like that. Any opportunities to make your voice heard. And I say this all the time, and I don't want to repeat myself, so I'm only going to say it once, is that your voice does matter for this project. And whether it's in votes on the voting on polls on the community tab, or commenting down below in videos like this, just letting me know different locations that you want to see, things that you want to see realized within the world of the Wind Waker, things that make sense within that version of Hyrule, whether that's recreated locations from other games or just any other ideas you have about the world, or feedback, positive or negative feedback about the world that I've already been working on. I want to know what you think in the comments down below, and I really encourage that. It's I don't know, like I've enjoyed like having these kinds of conversations with y'all. And I think that that's something that's unique about this project that I really value. And I've talked before about like how I know that there's been some viewers who aren't happy with some decisions, like the idea of there's just to some degree it's like this version of Hyrule that I'm making is kind of it's a best of the Hyrules from all the games. And I know some people have kind of been frustrated by that. And I recognize that. And I recognize that just like that is the nature of the project I'm working on. I know that some people are like, well, I don't think you should just be cramming a bunch of, fan favorite locations just into this map. And I don't want it to feel like that, and I want to be selective, and, I don't want it to be too, overcrowded there. I want things to be purposeful and full of intent. But there's also so much of Hyrule that I love from so many different games. And if I'm creating my own version of Hyrule, I feel like it makes sense to draw from all the games. And I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to drag on. I think, we've had this conversation, and I just like, I guess like I want you to know though that like, that I hear your feedback, and I value it, and I engage with it. And sometimes we won't agree, and sometimes we will agree. And I think like that issue, right, is like, is it right to draw from all the games, or should I just be drawing from Ocarina of Time, basically? That's been like a point of controversy a little bit. Not like super controversial, but I've seen like a diverse set of opinions on that issue. So I guess I bring that up just to say that like I do value y'all's input, even though I don't always agree, and I want to keep hearing what you have to say about the project and the world. Because there are different points of that where I know different people think different things, or like the use of technology in this version of Hyrule. How advanced is this world? How advanced can it be? And I think there's kind of like no barrier there. Like, like I do have a train track system. I'm going there. There will be boats, like trade vessels. There will be dams. There will be water wheels, right? Insinuating some kind of powered like mills, you know, like those are all things that exist in this world. And there could be more, like, I don't know. So like comment down below, because Wind Waker, of course, has like the picto box. It has color photography, and that's just something that I don't exactly know where the wall is, even though I do think it's like, this is not supposed to be an analog for the modern day. Hyrule has a lot of kind of medieval aesthetics, but are they just aesthetics? That's kind of the question. Are they just aesthetics? Comment down below. And anything else that you think about the project. Those are just like, recurring issues that I have to kind of think through and make different decisions on as I go in the project. But anyway, I do think it's time to have a short break. So after this short message, I will talk to all of you again after the break. How about that? It'll be quick. It won't take any time at all. All right. Talk to you then.
If you want to be able to support me as a creator, there's several ways that you can do that. Become a member on Patreon. It gives you access to exclusive bonus features and early access content in all of my filmmaking projects. Stuff like early access to scripts that I'm writing, storyboards, previs, rough cuts, and music that I compose. I'm a composer, and any music that you've heard in the background of this video was my music. So go to Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you listen to music and type in Joe Kendrick. That's JoeKendrick. Look up Joe Kendrick on Spotify.
And we're back. Hello, everyone. I always have to remind you how you can support me as a creator, because I don't make any ad revenue from these videos. Wind Waker Unflooded is completely not monetized. I don't make any money from Wind Waker Unflooded. If there's any ads you see on the video, it's because YouTube is putting ads on the videos. And so I just want to encourage y'all that there are ways that you can support me as a creator. Go to Patreon, go to Ko-fi, go to my Spotify page or Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. All of those are meaningful ways to support me. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who's already become a Patreon member. I just wanted to go ahead and voice that. I'm voicing things, that's the kind of fella I am. I got things to say. But yeah, I haven't really talked much about the model we're working on here. So we've done the maze for the Sacred Forest Meadow. And I know there's been controversy about, can we even use the word meadow? And I know there's some people's like, well, I guess the meadow is just the part in front of the maze. And I'm like, all right, like regardless of the English use of the word meadow, I do think the meadow is describing this whole entrance area, maze and all, including the area with the tree in front of the entrance to the forest temple. I think that is all the Sacred Forest Meadow, in my opinion. I'm just kind of voicing that. I have made the decision, I think you can see already, that I'm neglecting to use stairs. To me, it just wasn't quite worth it to have all the extra geometry. I thought a ramp would also be dramatic, and I thought it would do the job without, like, I don't know, like I want to be low poly where I can, and sometimes you'll see me make decisions, with poly count in mind. It's like usually like I allow myself to just be as creative as I want to be, and usually like geometry doesn't get in the way of my creativity. But for this, I was just like, I might as well, like, I don't have to push it, so let's just have a ramp. Let's have a slow ascension, and I think that'll still have the feeling that I want from the Sacred Forest Meadow. And if that's something that like you're distracted by the lore, like you could be like, whoa, oh well, why is it a ramp downstairs? Well, maybe it was replaced. Why is there a grappling hook tree instead of a hookshot target? Like things are different, and like that's just part of this world too. It's like even when I'm recreating locations, it is a new version of the world, and it's in a new time period, and there's things that are the same and there's things that are different, and that's just part of the nature of this project. And I also I feel like I can change whatever I want to make just based on my own creative decisions. So it's like I don't feel like I owe the original maps the 100% accuracy. I don't think y'all would find that interesting. I think y'all would rather the map be interpreted in a new way than anything being recreated directly. That would be my preference if I was a viewer. But yeah, so we're starting work now on the actual building of the Forest Temple, and there's still a lot of work I have to do on this location. I was really mainly doing this video for the Sacred Forest Meadow itself and kind of getting that together. The building for the Forest Temple, I'm still kind of making some decisions on. Comment down below if y'all want to see like an interior courtyard made for it. Right now, I wasn't necessarily even planning on it being like an enterable building, but it does have some kind of famous courtyards that are a part of the temple itself. And if that's something y'all want to see, then I'd be happy to add those in and, continue kind of modeling that building up a little more. Right now, I've just been doing the exterior walls of it. Like the roof doesn't have any details. And I think I would wait to do the roof until I'd know whether I want to do the interior courtyards or not. So there's still some details left to figure out, but I'm really happy with how this location's been coming together. And I don't know, it's just cool to see more and more of this project coming together. And I think these Lost Woods areas, like I started them a while back, but they've been unfinished for so long. There's been holes and it's looked just kind of ugly and scattered. And it's nice to be adding more to that area of the map that can kind of give the area a little more direction. It's okay, I can now work within, I can figure out how the mountainsides and pathways around the Forest Heaven connect to the Lost Woods and the Forest Temple, because now I have some more locations on the map that I know have to be accessible, and that can inform more creative decisions. Because the creative decisions really are recursive like that. It's not like I start with an idea and then I execute it. It's more oh, I'm doing this, then I'm doing this, and then, okay, now that that's there, let me see how that works, and okay, now that that's there, let me see how this connects. And it's just, it's the process is really iterative like that. And I like that it is. I think that makes it more fun and engaging, and I think that makes the process of the behind the scenes hopefully more fun as well. I don't know, my favorite artists, when they share their process, that's what I'm interested in, is how did they get to those creative decisions, especially ones that weren't obvious from the beginning. How does the process itself affect the creativity of the artist? I think that's an interesting question, and for this project, it's all over it. So I don't know. I like to think that that's part of what y'all get out of these videos as well. I don't know if that's true, but I imagine that part of the interest in these videos is just being able to observe the creative process and see how the project develops over time and ideas develop over time. But anyway, I'm just kind of rambling. I think it's about time to wrap up the video. Everyone, I've already told you how you can support me as a creator. I won't repeat myself, but become a Patreon member if you want to support me. That means a lot. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll let y'all go.